What's up, everybody? Just wanted to do a quick overview, maybe a little walk around of my Land Cruiser 200. Made a video about a basically stock Land Cruiser in Moab, and it got a little bit of interest, so I figured I'd do another video on it. What you're looking at is a 2008 200 series Land Cruiser. It's basically stock with a little bit larger tires. It's got a preload coil lift in the front from Wescott Designs in Arizona. And it's got their spacer in the back. It's like a 2-inch lift basically from them. It's a complete kit, so it's got the whole thing on there. It's got some 285, 75, 17s on here. These are KO2s, so they're a little bit smaller than what they really should be. KO2s typically run a little bit smaller. These are some Budbuilt sliders. They do have the kick out. I don't know that I would really recommend the kick out now that I have it, but it actually doesn't look as bad in real life as I think it looks online or in pictures. I'm happy with the sliders overall, but I think if I had to do it over again, I would get the ones without the kick out. Really happy with those. I'll probably do a separate video on those one day. They're all painted up by me just because they didn't have the powder coat in time for my trip, but they're wearing pretty good. Not too upset with that. These are on Rock Warrior wheels. It does have 1.5 inch spider track spacers on there. I don't think you'll be able to see. Oh yeah, you can see the coil spacer a little bit. You can see it down here, right down at the bottom. It's painted black. They also have it in silver, but I got the black. Just thought it might look cleaner. I'll have to do an overview of that one day. All right, so let's get along to the damage part. So nothing crazy on the sides or anything. The rock sliders were only hit just a little bit under the bottom. You can kind of see some wear right there. Nothing really crazy to it, but just barely used the rock sliders, but I definitely wouldn't go without them. Just too much risk. So anyways, rock sliders were barely used, but you use them once and they say pay for themselves for sure. This wear up here actually was there from fender bender before from the previous owner, but this stuff is all Moab related. So what you don't realize is from the side, well, I didn't realize at least, the Land Cruiser has a really big butt to it. So this part right here is just so excessive. Really what needs to happen, and some guys online have done it, you can check it out on I Hate Mud. They trim from like here to here, and that's what I really need to do. But this piece is always catching on whatever you're dropping off. So if you kind of try to drop it off at an angle, like one wheel at a time, instead of dropping straight off of whatever you're going off of, it makes a big difference. But this is kind of what's left over. So obviously down here on the bottom, kind of mangled the pipe a little bit. Whenever you do the trim right here, a lot of people just take out this resonator, and I think that might be the next step, to kind of just trim like right up to here. But it's a bit of a commitment too, because then if you got your spare in the way. Anyways, I'm taking off tangents here. A little damage here and a little damage here on the corners. You can kind of see from the side it's not too bad. Like I said, this is from the previous owner. But yeah, you just don't realize how big the butt of the Land Cruiser is until you try to go to drop off something and you're catching everything. The biggest problem is if you take a big hit right there, it really shakes all the way up to here and can really bend up to this point. On the other side, right here, it jacked up some kind of clip or something in there. So generally, this kind of pops out a little bit. Anyways, just know that if you take a big slam right here like this, you can really jack it up all the way up to the top up here. So anyways, just a couple of notes from the 200 series. The front bumper is actually really good in stock form. Completely unrelated, but I got into a fender bender and got the front replaced since I've been to Moab. But whenever I had the stock bumper, it really just barely touched right here. So the front end is pretty good in stock form. You don't realize how good the approach angle really is until you go roll into something and you're like, wow, I didn't even touch. So it's really not bad. I scraped a little bit right here on my other bumper, but it's pretty good overall. So anyways, a little overview.